Hey everyone! In my last video I introduced this tower as my first big tall structure and said that I would give you a tour of it. Again, this was my very first tower that I'd ever done, and I won't take a ton of time because it's not super exciting, I don't think. But if people want to see more, I can always post another video of it. But this one, like I said, was my first tower, and it has a single bed somewhere over here. And I again did this all in survival, and I used the mine I showed you yesterday to gather enough resources to build it up. And what I did is I didn't really know how to build floors yet and good staircases, so I just used the basic techniques and started to build as high as I could. And I wanted to try to use ladders when I had first built this because it was the first time I had ever used a ladder, and it took me the longest time not only to figure out how to make it, but also how to climb it. That took me a little while. But this is the top of the building, and you can see the structure I gave a tour of in my last video. And then over here you can see a little farm area that I'll show probably in a few videos from now. That was where I first started growing sheep and getting different colors. But I'll go down and show you some of the chests because I think people sometimes are interested in that. And also I have a little balcony in one of the floors coming up. I forget where. Here it is. So you can come out here and see the world. I used this too after I got it built. Now I'm remembering, it's been a while. I used this also as a storage for other resources for other big builds I was going to do. I didn't do as many in this immediate area as I had in the area I showed you in my very first video. But you can see I started building out chests. Those don't have anything in them, but I believe there's on the next story some of those. Yeah, here I have tools. I have, let's see, I have redstone. I forget what the blue lapis lazuli, however you say that. You can see I started to really try to organize, have a name like this is where my coal is. But to be honest, I don't think I was very good about it. After the first, few times of putting down materials, I quickly grew tired of being organized. I would highly recommend not following what I did there, and if you're going to have a big area to store resources, you want to make it as organized as possible because it's going to take quite a while to gather the resources. So once you have it, you want to be organized about how you can access them and use them. This is my very first bridge that I ever built. It was pretty easy to do. I hadn't done one before, but I wanted to make it as decorative as possible. So you can see I used fencing and the iron bars. And it's in survival. It's funny because it took me quite a while just to get enough iron to make those iron bars. What I'm going to show you now is an introduction. I won't actually go into it in this video, but I'll give you an introduction to one of my biggest castles that I made. And this one also, like I said, was done in survival, and I'll show you in the next video where I actually gathered all the resources to build it. Just gathering the resources for this build took quite a while. It was at the time I built this, because this was a few years ago already. I didn't really see anything like on how to build these things, and so I just kind of used my own imagination to figure out what I wanted to do, and put it together as best I can. You'll see that I didn't do a great job in it in terms of putting torches down and stuff like that to avoid having a lot of zombies and other creatures in there. So when I go into it in the next video, you'll see just how many creatures spawn on me in there. And but that's part of the fun. Once I go in there, I have to kind of dodge things sometimes. So I hope that was interesting to you, and I'll see you tomorrow or the next time you watch these videos, and I'll give you a tour of this castle. Thanks. Have a great day.